Hey guys, I'm going to go over or make a couple of announcements that I made with people yesterday when I was holding classes, just so you can kind of watch at least some of the announcements and some of the things to go over. Um, so a couple of things that I do want to hit are just some calendar announcements for the rest of the term that we had gone over. Um, so I did go over with people Studio 8, which is again optional. It does give you a chance to have a face-to-face conference with me with for your portfolio before you turn it in. So I'm just gonna actually adjust this screen a little bit so you can see it better. Again, since it's optional, you can use this to make up one incomplete. It also usually does, as a happy side effect, result in a higher portfolio grade because it does give you a chance for me to see it, and it sort of benefits you as well, and I get to give you some feedback. So if you haven't signed up for those yet, I did pepper it onto the calendar a couple of times just so you would see this. So again, just make sure you read through some of the rules for signing up and things like that. You can sign up for more than one, and there are no minimums for this. So if you notice, they're about 15 minutes long. You can sign up for an early one to ask questions, then sign up again for a later one. It's perfectly fine to sign up for more than one or to sign up for two back to back. You can ask me questions then about your digital essay or general questions about your portfolio. It's completely student guided, so it does help if you know what you want to ask questions about before, and then we'll be using the Google Meet link on the Canvas page. So when you enter the room and we're both there, you'll just send me the link to your portfolio, whether it's on Wix or it's on a Google Doc, in the chat, and then I'll be able to kind of look through it and answer questions and things like that for you. So just to kind of give you that, and I can add some extra times for this later on if these sort of get full, but I am starting those tomorrow, and again, you can sign up for more than one of these. Okay. The other thing is, and I also put this a couple times just to make sure people are looking at it, is the portfolio checklist. Again, this is also available on the assignment sheet. Actually, before I go over this, I'm just going to show you where it is on the assignment sheet. So it's been, again, it's one of those things that's been on the assignment sheet for a while, but we haven't actually gone through it together yet. But if you go down to assignment sheets and you go to the portfolio, it is linked down here at the bottom. So the access to this is here. And so the way the rubric is set up for the portfolio, it is 55% of your grade. And again, the only thing that has to be on Wix is the digital essay. So the digital essay has to be on your Wix site, but everything else can be on a Google Doc. I know I kind of left it open so people can decide if they want to continue on Wix or they want to switch over and just submit everything as kind of a reflective essay on Google Docs. But the way this is set up is 35 points out of 100, so 35% is based on just whether or not you met all the requirements for everything. That includes things like works cited and the number of sources you were supposed to have, and bibliographic citations and conventions and length and like answering prompts and having examples of your work and all the things. Did you do everything you were supposed to do? The rest of it is kind of divided up between whether or not I can see the key concepts, either understanding of or practice with those. So you get credit whether or not I can see whether or not you've mastered it, but I can see that you made revisions toward things we were working on in class with these key concepts. So rhetorical knowledge, and I list again the key assignments that I'm using to look for those in. So I'll be looking for rhetorical knowledge mostly in obviously the reader friendliness and setup of your portfolio as a whole and in your major assignments. For knowledge of conventions, again, I'm looking mostly at your major assignments for that because it's meeting conventions that we worked on for research and evaluation, for academic standards, for objective writing strategies in your annotated bib, things like that. So 10% again is your composing processes, and I'm looking at your some of your reflective pieces mostly for that, and that's your kind of awareness of your own writing and writing habits and revisions and things like that. Critical reading, again, this is major assignments. So you can see kind of where things are split up, where I'll be looking for certain skills and practice with certain things at. So again, I list some things, a lot of things here that go with critical reading here. And then critical reflection, again, I'll be looking at your reflective pieces. I have a checklist, very extensive checklist, where what this is it takes all the expectations, all the requirements, and kind of pulls everything together into one list. So you can kind of look through your portfolio using one list before you turn it in. And since, part of the portfolio is just meeting requirements, I have it divided into these are the minimum requirements for this page. And these are some of the other skills and things we worked on related to the key concepts on that page. So you can kind of see what you need to do minimum and what you need to work on, that kind of stuff. So you can kind of go through those and use that, and you're welcome to ask me questions about that. The other couple of other things, let me go back to homepage. And I'm going to go to, oh yeah, down here, these are the last couple of things. So again, I did cancel the workshop for this week. We're just doing the portfolio collaboration activity instead, which I'm already getting some submissions for. By Friday the 1st, I am accepting early submissions for portfolios. So I don't really have a due date. I have an early submission and a last call. Last call for portfolios and revisions of portfolios are submitted here by 11:59 p.m. Okay. If you would like a guaranteed early grade on your portfolio, you have to turn it in by Friday the 1st at 12 p.m. That guarantees that I'll get you at least a rubric grade. It does need to be a complete draft. It can be rough, but it needs to be a complete draft. I would only make it rough, if you're planning on, you're going to have to revise it. But no later than Saturday, May 2nd at midnight. So a day and a half, I'll get you at least a rubric grade back. If you happen to really like your grade and that gets you the average that you want, you can decide to keep it. But it also gives you that early rubric score, so you have plenty of time to make revisions to it to get the grade you want on it by Wednesday the 5th. And between then and there, you could, conference with me or ask me questions or just kind of work on your own. But it gives you a guaranteed window if you get it done early to see an early submission. Again, I start grading portfolios as soon as they come in. So if you submit your portfolio early and I happen to get to it and, grade it early and you can make revisions, that's cool. So you have that opportunity. So getting them in early helps. So this is, again, a last call. No more submissions or revisions can be turned in and by Wednesday the 6th. So if you have any questions about that, you're welcome to email me and ask. But that's everything in terms of portfolios and stuff like that for the rest of the term. And then if you have any questions at any of those announcements, please send me an email.